Okay, we have our pattern on, including our wording. I'm using a smaller plate, so I had to kind of consolidate right here and use a little smaller rows in between these two parts. Almost left the rows out. Kind of might, before we're done with it, I might change that because it is smaller than the other three. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to base coat our strokes and flowers, our scrolls and flowers. We're going to do this with yellow oxide because what we're doing is we're putting the highlight on first. So let's open our paints. I've got everything mixed in here. Here's our yellow oxide that we're going to use. And let's see, let's try using a 6 or an 8 filbert. Let's see, this is an 8, so got that. And I've also got a little longer filbert that's a 6. Okay. And yeah, okay. Then I've got this is an 8, and I think that this might be better for our use because it seems to be a little fuller. You know, every brush company makes their number 8 filbert a little different length, a little different width. Okay, so this is going to be our undertone, but it's also our highlight, and it's going to add additional harmony because under everything will be this yellow oxide color. And we want to be sure that when we're pulling through our strokes that we pull from one end all the way to the other. And you remember now how to wind up your hand. Okay, like that. Alright, don't want to stop in the middle of the stroke. So we're going to use good shape following strokes. You can pull these strokes for the scrolls and things 2-3 times. Try not to pull them anymore because you're going to overwork it. Want this to be a little transparent because this is a transparent design. And so, alright, our instructions say to mix water with the paint. I do better with extender. So what I'm going to do is dress my brush in extender. And then when I load my brush, then it will have that transparency because it will be thin. So let's start here. And you know, I just really feel like we need extender on this whole thing, though I don't see that it's asked us to do this. But I have a problem with the paint drying fast. So I'm going to pull that back off of there, and I'm going to get a larger brush. I'm going to put just barely a coat of extender there so that I have the ability to have some movement. I'm putting very little of it on and I'm working it in. If you can do this without the extender, then by all means do, but I can't. So there we go. Now I'm getting transparency. Okay. Good shape following strokes. If you read through your lesson, you will see that it's recommended that each of these areas have a different depth of transparency. Some places can be more transparent than others. So I'm just going to kind of put this on here, and I'm going to go several places before reloading. I'm going to reload in extender so I can get a thin paint. And let's start right here. Well, I stopped in the middle, didn't I? So I have to go start again. Pull your stroke all the way through. Now I am out of my boundary there. See if I can do this in my right hand. I'll clean it up with my brush that has extender on it. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to wind my hand up, lay my brush down, unwind, and pull back towards myself. Now at the moment, it doesn't matter a whole lot about what crosses over. We have done this underpainting. I want you to dry it really well, and then I want you to erase all your graphite lines. Well, I'll leave these here, but all the graphite lines in here. You may leave your stem lines if you like. But if you leave them, then I recommend that you would lighten them up as much as you can, because after we've erased these graphite lines, whoops, starting to get kind of dry. After we've erased these graphite lines, then we're going to put a coat of glaze medium on. And any of your lines that are still showing, if they're any dark at all, then they're going to get trapped under the glaze medium. So you want to be careful of that. I know my little bit of extender that I put on is beginning to dry. So I have to put more in my brush. And what I'm doing is I'm just pulling a little bit out, and I've got the moistness from the paper towel plus the extender, and that's helping me keep my paint thin and transparent. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some more on, or have some thinner paint, aren't I? There we go. Pull all the way to the end. I've got a lot to clean up right there. And if you do that while it's wet, it's pretty easy. Might even want to use a small wet Q-tip right here, since that's a tight space. There we go. Oh, I've got some bleeding out here too. Yep, check yourself. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to dry this. And erase my lines, put a glaze on, and we'll see you back in the next video.